3, 2, 1.
Midnight Guthrie here after another wild event. This has got to be the wildest event I have ever seen in the vault. I'm joined now by promoter Troy Peterson and legend TS Aggressor for a recap of the action. And there's so much action. A single sheet of paper might not even be able to keep up with what happened here tonight. I want to bring up something I've been watching wrestling for about 27 years. I have never seen this happen before, and I'm guessing you haven't either. Nate Red Wing, he lost his heavyweight title match tonight with Ricky Love, but after the match, he literally ripped the canvas apart. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Well, I tell you, he didn't only lose the match, very close. He dominated from bell to bell.
Right.
Lost on a quick roll-up by Ricky Love. We've never seen our champion dominated like that. But he not only did he lose the match, he lost his mind, Midnight. He lost his mind. He tore that turnbuckle cover completely off, exposed that steel hook.
Oh, yeah.
He tore the canvas apart. I mean, he tore it apart with his bare hands. Unbelievable. And you're right, Midnight. We've never seen that before.
Well, and Troy, as a promoter, that's an expensive attack of anger on the part of Nate Red Wing.
Right, that was almost an afterthought because you're in that moment and you're like, oh my God, you've never seen anything like that. But yeah, then now I'm looking at it going, hey, our ring's destroyed, so we're going to have a lot of work to do between now and May 3rd to get that back in order.
And if anything, the silver lining is it made the perfect setting for a fans bring the weapons battle royal that happened just after that heavyweight title match. Despite the canvas being ripped to shreds, the athletes of Impact Pro Wrestling came out weapons in hand. I have never seen a wild brawl quite like that.
Boy, it's so unpredictable, Midnight, when you're talking fans bringing the weapons. It's that variable you can't plan for. It's something you can't train for, you can't prepare. The fans bring weapons. The athletes get to use them on each other. It's still over the top rope eliminations, and it was wild. That did not disappoint. Amazing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, bunnies, swords, you know, every manner, keyboards, I mean, every manner of tool that you can imagine.
I even threw in a dress shoe.
There you go. I mean, it was.
You got caught up in it.
I'm a fan.
One of the fans took off a sock on his way in, and we used that. I mean, it was
We got jammed down the gullet of a couple guys. I mean, it was like Mr. Sacco being stuck in a mouth. It was disgusting. I'm surprised they have a gag reflex. It didn't just shoot that thing clear across the vault.
Well, and what a huge win for Justin Deason in that Battle Royal. And it's the perfect preparation for the entire roster going in May 3rd here at the Vault in Algona. Every match, no disqualification rules. How did you come up with this idea, Troy?
You know, it was just something we kind of done something a little different each show, and a lot of these feuds have been kind of boiling, and we're kind of at that point. We thought, hey, let's just make the whole night no disqualification, and we got a lot of matches that are going to be crazy for that no disqualification on May 3rd.
Well, this is a town that loves brawls, and we're going to have a heck of a brawl in the unified title match between the big picture of the Coalition and AJ Smooth. They've gone at it before, but this is going to be a heck of a match.
I tell you, we've had some bloody, disgusting feuds between these two guys. Two hated rivals for years. And now we've got some championships on the line. We're talking #1 contender, the unified title, the big picture, taking on current champion AJ Smooth next month, May 3rd.
Yeah.
And two rivalries collide in one match as a mixed tag team bout as Keandra teams with Sparrow to take on Marshall Scott and Frankie J. That's going to be a fascinating contest.
It will be, and again, that's our first ever no disqualification mixed tag match. I mean, you're going to have, who knows what's going to go on. You got men and women, and it's going to be crazy.
Another tag title defense on the card is we have Morbidly Sexy defending the titles against the team of Pretty Ugly, and James Jeffries. A lot of stipulations in that one.
Wow, I tell you, what a popular tag team, Pretty Ugly. We're talking the fire of James Jeffries, the crafty veteran and Ugly. These guys are a force to be reckoned with. Very popular with the fans, and tonight got a big win, non-title win, and they earned them a shot at those titles. But like you say, Midnight, big stipulation. The only person that can count to 3 and decide the match is Jason Michaels. He is the assigned referee agreed to in the terms of the contract. He's the referee. Only he can count the 3 count in that title match.
And if Pretty Ugly lose that bout, they have to disband. They can't team together again for 5 years. Really, the stakes are against them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a trap from the beginning. Jason Michaels, he's no idiot. I mean, we like to call him an idiot, but I think he had this kind of figured out. I mean, he knows now. I mean, the odds are in his favor, certainly, to walk away still champs and disband the most hated team, Pretty Ugly. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
Well, another action, the popular nutcase that is Thrillcat came out on the winning end against Nate Fearing. or excuse me,
Ray
Fearing. Excuse me. It's been a heck of a night.
It's Mr. Matinee, Ray Fearing. But I tell you, we talk about unpredictable. We talk about variables and a unique competitor in Thrill Cat coming out in the straight jacket and the scrubs. You have no idea what this guy is going to do from minute to minute. And he missed. I don't know if you caught this midnight. He went to the top rope. He's a little uneasy. So he decided to go to the second. He still felt uneasy.
Pretty high up there. Yeah.
So he goes on that bottom rope. He's about 8 inches off the canvas. Goes for a diving headbutt. Comes up about 2 feet short and face planted head first in the middle of the ring. Knocked himself out for a while. Unbelievable. I mean, he's so unpredictable. He hurts himself.
Oh, man.
And we don't want to take anything away from Tony Sly picking up a victory over Montoya X here tonight. In closing, gentlemen, anything you want to add going into May 3rd?
Oh, I just thought that, you know, there's an electric night tonight. I mean, just a great night of action. I thought Ricky Love did everything he could and needed everything he had to walk away with that title.
Red Wing's first pinfall loss in Impact Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, and you know what? It might be his last. I mean, he's a guy that I would never, no matter how many times he wrestles, I'm always going to put money on him to win. I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with. And Jerry Draco with the Coalition. I would hate to say it, but you know, May 3rd could be a night where they walk away with both singles titles in IPW, and that'd be rough.
That would just be a disappointing end to that contest, but certainly it could be a reality.
You know, Midnight, a lot of the heroes of Impact Pro Wrestling, like Troy was stating, have the deck stacked against them. I mean, you've got the stipulation with Pretty Ugly. You've got Nate Red Wing. I mean, did you see him press off the ropes? He shot Ricky Love across the ring, threw him in the air straight up. He almost hit the ceiling of the vault, and he was horizontal in the air. I mean, it was an incredible display of strength. He dominated from the very beginning to the very end. Ricky Love showed his fighting heart, his fighting spirit, and had just enough to get the quick roll-up pinfall. Very quick. Surprise
rewind power slam.
Right. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, Red Wing dominated that one. We've never seen our champion dominate. I'll say it again. But sets up so many things for the next month's show. We're talking the big picture and AJ Smooth. You know, we got Sparrow and Keandra teaming up against Marshall Scott and Frankie J. And we got that big no disqualification heavyweight title match. It's so awesome that so many of these points are going to come to a head. We're going to settle it right out there in that ring. I mean, we'll get things cleaned up. We'll pick up the pieces, and we'll come back stronger May 3rd and hopefully give our fans exactly what they deserve.
And the circumference of the city of Algona might not be enough to hold all the no disqualification action May 3rd. It's going to be another wild one, perhaps wilder yet, here in Impact Pro Wrestling at the Vault in Algona.